Hey everyone, I'm Bob Smith from Hulking Nerd, and in this podcast, I'm going to review my 8 reasons why Wonder Woman 84 was so bad. If you enjoy this podcast, please like it and subscribe to my channel below. After my 8 reasons, I'll also go through some recent news and rumors that I've heard through the week. First things first, I wish this movie was good. Nope, still bad. So, I watched Wonder Woman 84 the other day. It came out on HBO Max. And I was doing my best to try and stay optimistic, despite the rumors I've heard about the movie. I think the actors, for the most part, did an okay job. Gal Gadot and Pedro Pascal did a fine job with what they were given. Kristen Wiig was okay, because it seemed more or less like she was playing herself. I think the main reason this movie is bad is because of the writing and the CGI. The movie starts out looking great. It shows scenes from Themyscira, her home country, with lush green plants and trees. It then moves to the majestic arena. And that's where we run into the first reason. The wire work at the beginning scene is bad. They look very stiff. It's like there's no gravity. Gravity's not working right here. It just looks fake. And from the very start of the movie, it has me thinking, why does it look so odd? It's just the way they were swinging. So the second reason this movie is so bad was Diana's long-distance relationship with Steve Trevor. Diana met Trevor for, approximately 2 days back during World War I. So if Steve actually died on the last day of the war, it would be about 1918. So she hasn't seen him for 66 years until 1984. I understand that Steve Trevor was the first man she's ever seen. I understand that Steve Trevor was her first love. But in almost 70 years, she couldn't find someone else? Why did the writers not have her move on in the last 66 years? You'd think that at least would want to show some kind of evidence of her dating here and there. As far as I know, the comics have dealt with Steve and Diana differently. Steve died a couple times. I think Diana's died a couple times. She's given up her powers for him. He dies again. They actually get married in the 80s, but then, of course, that got retconned in the Crisis of Infinite Earth saga. I think currently in the comics, they're just friends. But they did know each other for a long time, unlike in the movie. And by the way, why did the watch jump for no reason when they started talking about Steve Trevor? So it certainly seems in the movie that Diana is aware a strange guy has basically given up his life so that Steve is able to hang out with her and sleep with her. And she's okay with that. In the movie, she even says, it doesn't matter. This is the third reason. So basically, a special rock has powers similar to a monkey's paw. It grants wishes. Diana wishes Steve was back, and he comes back. But not physically. He takes over another man's body. As a result of the wish, it leads Diana to slowly lose her Amazonian powers throughout the whole entire movie. She eventually gives up the wish, which means she eventually gives up Trevor. She isn't giving up the wish because Steve is possessing a person who cannot control his own body, but to get her powers back and save the world. So if the world didn't need saving, would Diana still give up her wish? She literally says in the movie she does not want to. Also, Diana didn't give permission. Also, the guy didn't give permission for Diana to sleep with him. So, the last plane Steve flew before he died in the first Wonder Woman movie was a biplane back in World War I. How does he know how to fly a jet? He literally climbs in, fires it up, and takes off. On that note, why would the Smithsonian ever keep a jet on the property, fueled and available to fly, with a working runway out back? She used her badge to get into the building. So did Diana Prince ever get arrested for stealing the jet? If it was returned, was it still invisible? Also, while flying the jet, Diana lets Steve know that there might be picked up on radar and explains what radar is. That's when she starts to conjure up a way to make the jet invisible. The only problem is radar has issues with picking up objects that are reflective, not invisible. Invisibility would still be solid because the people are still sitting in a plane and would bounce back radio waves. I'm listing all these plane issues under the fourth reason why this movie was so bad. Plane trouble. Here's number 5 on my list of reasons why this movie was so bad. Barbara Minerva got 2 wishes. One was at the beginning of the movie when she decided to be more like Diana when she was holding the Dreamstone. Now, she got this wish inadvertently, similarly to how Diana made a wish for Steve to return. The second wish was to be an apex predator, which turns her into the villain Cheetah. I thought they only got 1 wish. Isn't that why Maxwell Lord needs to find more people? Also, Max Lord never got anything in return for granting the second wish. On a related note, A cheetah is not an apex predator. Apex predators are at the top of the food chain, such as lions, alligators. Great white sharks used to be considered an apex predator until it was discovered that orcas prey on them. Cheetahs are preyed on by lions, leopards, hyenas, and so on. They're not apex. Now, what would have been funny is if she wished to be an apex predator and became an orca. This just seemed to be very lazy writing. How does a wished wall answer the wish? Did the heathens get teleported to one side of the wall and his ancestral realm get teleported to the other side? A large gun is pointed right at Wonder Woman, or Steve. A shot is fired. I'm guessing just one of those bullets was aimed at Steve. Bullet flies by Wonder Woman as she turns around to lasso the bullet. When the lasso catches the bullet heading for Trevor, why is Trevor dodging the bullet? Did he see it coming? Is her lasso faster than a speeding bullet? Finally, reason number 8 why this movie was so bad. She learns how to fly at the end of the movie, and this occurs in 1984. So why can't she fly in Batman vs. Superman? Why can't she fly in Justice League? They both occur after this period. I mean, I think in Justice League, Flash literally has to go save her life because she's falling. I do wish it turned out better than it did. But if I did have one wish, it wouldn't be to save this movie. Although I primarily am a Marvel guy, I do like having 2 different superhero universes to watch. Maybe Wonder Woman does fly in the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League, which is coming out in March on HBO Max. That I'd like to see. So before I get going, I have some news and rumors to share. So Jon Favreau seems to have invited an old friend to work with him again. The rumor from WGW Pro states that Favreau and Robert Downey Jr. are in talks for a role, not just a cameo, but more of a recurring character. Could he be playing Grand Admiral Thrawn? I think it would certainly be interesting to see him play Thrawn, who seems to be nothing like Stark. Thrawn is more like a calm, chess-playing, genius tactician, and all I can see RDJ is with his witty comments. I can't wait to see if this becomes a reality. Over in Galaxy Edge, down in Disney World, there's a rumor that they're going to start changing it so that it's less like Rey and Finn and more like Luke and R2. I was at Galaxy's Edge last year and truly wished it was what it was supposed to be, Tatooine. I also heard the X-Wing fighter that's down there is also getting a makeover to now more resembles like the X-Wings used in The Mandalorian. The new Spider-Man set to hit theaters at the end of this year will not only have Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange and Jamie Foxx as Electro, but now it seems that there's also going to be Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and they're both expected to show up, as well as Kirsten Dunst and Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus. Zendaya, Marissa Tomei, and the others from Tom Holland's Spider-Man will also be returning. Sounds like this is going to be a very busy movie. No word yet on Venom, except the rumor is that Spider-Man is going to be going to Venom's world, not the other way around. Although I do hope that one day Venom does show up in the MCU. That would be awesome. Finally, YouTuber Doomcock has announced a rumor that Dave Filoni has a plan. Not only does he have a plan, he already has a plan in play to wipe the sequels from existence. So he states in his video that a scene that was supposed to air in the Mandalorian episode that included Ahsoka, but is now planned to show up in an upcoming show, most likely Ahsoka's new show. This deleted scene is explained to be when Ahsoka has been asked to train Grogu. She walks away and she's sitting by herself, and Anakin appears as a Force ghost. He says, "Ahsoka, you've made a lot of changes in the past, and you're destined to make more in the future." He also says that someone else should take on Grogu's training. That's when Ahsoka says, "The one that destroyed the Empire," and Anakin nods, basically acknowledging his son. The fact that Ahsoka is alive means that she survived the fight with Darth Vader and that the veil of the Force exists. This is rumored to have a big part in the new Star Wars future. It's also been rumored that in Ahsoka's show that we may even get to see the Emperor himself. More to come. I am loving the fact that the hottest thing in Star Wars is coming from Favreau and Filoni's world of The Mandalorian. So if you enjoyed watching this video, please click and like the button. Click the like button and subscribe. You can also click the bell if you want to be notified when my next broadcast is uploaded to my channel. WandaVision is out this Friday, so I'd expect that my new broadcast to review... Let's try this again. WandaVision is out this Friday, so I'd expect that my next podcast is going to review that show, plus any new rumors. If you have any comments, please share them below. Have a good one, everybody.